As my time with the Verizon HTC 10 is coming to an end, I have to return the device, unfortunately, and I'm extremely sad. But I want to share with you guys my experience as far as using this device. So I'm going to give you guys my top things that I liked and the top things that I didn't like about the HTC 10. This is TK. Let's check it out. I'm going to start off by saying that the HTC 10 is a well-rounded device. It has a lot of good things and a lot of things that it can get better. I'm going to start off by the things that I like, and then I ended off with the things that I'm not necessarily too happy with, but I could work with. First thing on the list is the sound. I want to talk about the fact that we have a great sound as far as the boom sound setup. It's not two front-facing speakers anymore, but you do get a good experience in consuming media, as one of them is in the front, the other one is at the bottom. But really where it shines, it's at the top with the headphone jack. This has an amazing DAC, a very powerful DAC, and I did a few videos for you guys here on the channel, just comparing it to some of the main flagship, the iPhone 6s Plus, the LG V10, we have the S7 Edge, the M7, which was the original predecessor to it, as well as the LG G5. So a lot of different things I showed you guys, but the reality is it does have a lot of good sound, a very good quality sound, and will almost work with any output that plugs into it. The V10 is a very close second to it, mostly because of the fact that it's really mainly designed to drive high-end headphones. And for general usage and general consumption, I think most of us don't carry our high-end headphones all the time, but if you do, this will work for you. The V10 will definitely be a great device, but the HTC 10 will just do great day in and day out, just all the time, just basically the best. Moving on as far as the cameras themselves, we do have a very nice set of cameras. We do have OIS on both cameras, which is also another thing that I like. Taking front-facing videos, or at least, having conversations with it is very, very good. I'm going to give you guys a real quick sample of how it looks using this. So I'm switching over right now to the video itself. I'm using the front-facing camera. Again, this is using OIS. I'm going to just kind of wiggle it a little bit to kind of give you guys the experience, but it looks really good and it works very, very well. And that's an industry first. Outside of the fact that we have an amazing DAC, which HTC does a great job of, we have a front-facing camera with OIS. Think of how stable the footage is going to look like for you guys when you're taking videos or doing selfies or doing conversations. It just will always work well for you. The back-facing camera works pretty well as well. I did a comparison between it and the Nexus 6P. I'll give you guys some some shots right there. And you can see basically it performs pretty good. The one thing I want to mention is this is a Verizon device, so the update to the camera did come, but it came a little bit later, well, I want to say the other carriers' devices received the updates much earlier. But again, Verizon's speeding up their updates. They did push the update pretty reasonable. I received it within like 3 weeks or so after having it and did some videos with it. Very, very nice, very good. Overall experience as far as the UI, I think the HTC interface is much less bloated. It works very good. The 820 and the 4 gigs of RAM just make this thing scream. Anything you throw at it will work very good. And I think overall you're going to definitely love it. Last but not least, the build. I didn't put that as the top one of my list because the fact of the matter is HTC's been making great build quality since the M7. I really have to say, it's been years that they've been making great build quality. It's always been the camera and the performance that always has kind of like a little bit of concern. So build quality is very nice, feels really good, feels like good metal feeling in the hand, and it's pretty solid. And I have some cases, of course, that I put on it just to kind of keep it protected. We also have the fact that we can do expandable storage, but not only expandable storage, also adaptable storage, which means you can actually combine that to the internal storage to expand the memory on the device. Now this only had 32 gigs of storage and I can expand that with the SD card. Definitely a plus. Now other devices have this, but you do have to hack them to be able to get this. So this is nice to see that it's coming straight out of the box. So some of the things that I'm not necessarily too unhappy with, but I want to mention to you guys. Now the build quality is supposed to be really good, but the fact of the matter is I actually got a small ding out of it from dropping about 3 feet on my floors here in the house. So that was kind of surprising for me because I thought that at least the body itself will handle itself a little bit better. It wasn't a massive ding, but it's still, be careful when you're putting it on, or at least put a case on it if you're going to basically be concerned about it. Waterproofing would have been nice, but again, that's just me comparing it to the S7 Edge. I think overall right now, as far as devices that have been coming out in 2016, this by far would be like the second best in my opinion. Not to say that the LG G5 is not a great device, but the fact of the matter is the sound on this comes right out of the box as an amazing sound. The LG G5, you have to buy a separate DAC for it, and not only that, the DAC is not available in the US. Verizon's been doing really good as far as keeping this update. We did receive the update on it and it does perform well. The camera performance became much better, low light performance became much better, but it still doesn't beat the S7 as far as, or the S7 Edge as far as the camera functionality. I really did enjoy using the Verizon HTC 10. From a sense of experience, connectivity, speed, performance, Verizon's network, as you guys would expect, is very reliable, very steady, and it gave me a lot of speeds as far as where I needed and when I needed it. The battery on the device lasted pretty good, as the device didn't have to basically keep seeking signal as some of the problems we normally have with T-Mobile devices. I'm not trying to, say bad things about T-Mobile, but the fact of the matter is Verizon signals are very strong, and they work pretty good in buildings as well. So definitely, if you guys are looking for a very sturdy device, a very nice device, the Verizon HTC 10 is a very nice comparable device. It performs great, camera's great, sound is great, UI is great. There's no real bad thing to say about this. I really like this. I'm very sad that I have to give it back, but as all good things must come to an end, unfortunately, we have to move on to the next thing. So thank you very much for checking out this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll give you guys links to all of the videos that I mentioned and I showed pieces of here as far as just basically the sound quality test, the comparisons that I've done, and even some cases that I did for this device itself. There's a lot of good options, and again, very, very happy with the fact that HTC is bringing it back. I really hope this thing kind of brings it back so that HTC can provide us with better devices, stronger devices, and keep the DAC. Just keep that audio. Whatever you do, just keep the audio. I like that. Again, like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support. I will see you guys in the next one. This is the LG G5. It's here. I finally have it from T-Mobile. I did a pre-order and a front-facing camera. Fingerprint sensor is at the bottom. And again, this isn't a button. It's